Officially named The Domicile, this
Wait, it looks like a collection of boobies.
Zillow is still great. Who doesn't love Zillow?
I love Zillow! Fun fact, it's one of my pastimes to just browse homes on Zillow. Am I gonna ever buy one from there? Probably not. Is it fun to look at them? Hell yeah!
About a year ago, we took a look at 10 very unique, very special homes for
Ooh, if this video is good, I'm gonna check those out as well.
sale listed on the site, and I figure the market has evolved since then, for better or for worse. And because Zillow is the gift that keeps on giving, let us make this an annual tradition to bring in the new year. So without further ado, let us take a look inside the top 10 craziest, most bizarre homes on Zillow for 2026. Starting with number 10, The Domicile.
Okay.
We begin our journey in the small city of Kalamazoo, Michigan, where for $1.3 million you can live in this globular cluster of concrete and fiberglass.
Okay, first impression, could be worse. Kind of eccentric, kind of interesting. I don't know if I would want to live in Michigan just because I can't stand the cold. And my friend who lives in Michigan always talks about how freezing it is in the winters. Also, 1.3 million is a little expensive, if I do say so myself.
Officially named The Domicile, this
Wait, it looks like a collection of boobies. Living in Booby House? Never mind, I'm in.
custom home consists of 7 domes that span across over 6,300 square feet with 3 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. Heading inside, we can see how the different domes help segment this house up.
The walls are kind of blank, but it doesn't look like terrible inside, it feels like. I often notice with these super expensive houses, these celebrity homes, they look very unlived in and uncozy, if that makes sense. And this one looks semi-cozy.
Here we are in the spacious living room, plenty of natural light thanks to these large windows and the skylights on the roof. Moving into a different dome, we have our kitchen here. Not too fancy, it's got the essentials. Here is our big old primary bedroom.
Okay, oh, that's where it's losing me. I feel like if you have such a unique shape for your room, you gotta decorate it that way. Make it like a cool cave looking thing. Put some cool decoration. You paid 1.3 million for the house, you can afford an interior designer to design you a cool cave looking bedroom. Cause this just standing there like bare bones looking ass bed is kinda sad, I'm not gonna lie.
Of course, it gets its own dome as well, along with its bathroom. Half tile, half carpet. Good thing it's not full carpet.
Carpet bathroom should be illegal, actually.
But we were teetering on the brink of insanity there, but we're okay. I think there's enough tile here to prevent any serious sanitation issues. Overall, the interior of the domicile is actually fairly normal and cozy. It's nice. Which is why it's only number 10 on the list. It's a home I think most of us would actually be fine living in if we had $1.3 million to spare. But what if you have about 10 times that amount of money to burn, and you want to live in something that's not just unique on the outside, but on the inside as well?
Okay, I'm scared.
Number 9, the Falkenstein Castle.
Ooh, okay. First impression, the name sounds cool. Imagine someone asks you like, hey, where do you live? You're like, you may have heard of it, Falkenstein Castle.
We're moving now to Burnett, Texas, because for some reason, Texas seems to be a hub for contemporary built castles, and for $14 million and covering 14,000 square feet, this is one of the largest castles currently for sale in the state. Inspired by romantic Bavarian castles on the exterior and the inside as well, for better or for worse, this is what we call commitment. And it's admirable. From the stone floors and stained glass windows to this giant wooden altar and the drop ceiling that we will ignore, this home has multiple wide open spaces for entertaining large parties of Renaissance fairgoers. There are also some spacious family living quarters consisting of 7 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms.
I don't totally hate it. To be honest, if I had a bunch of rich friends and we had some money to put together, this wouldn't be like the worst case scenario. We'd have sick parties in that medieval room. Could LARP in there, hello?
And just look at the primary shower. You have a rainfall shower head, you have benches for 2, and just look at that view. There is no property within miles of this that can compare to the views you get from the upper floor windows and balconies. And if you look closely from up here, you can even see these 6 tiny homes that also come included with the castle.
Even some small homes included? Oh my god, wait. 14 million, maybe I can take out a loan.
Yes, you heard that right, it's a bargain. That makes this sale 7 homes for the price of 1. It's a pretty big price, but it's a pretty big property. You also get 110 acres of land here, so there's not too much room to complain.
Actually, 110 acres is a lot of room to complain. What do you mean?
Number 8, the all-inclusive.
Okay, that also does not sound bad. Let's see.
Let's hop on over to Gilbert, Arizona, just outside of Phoenix, to the most awesome home on the market. If you have $20 million to spend on a mega mansion, this is probably the best way to do it. Yes, that is a go-kart track, which we'll get to in just a sec, don't you?
Unpopular opinion, I don't like go-karting! I'm always scared that I will get run over by some other person or that I will fly out or injure myself. I don't know why, it's not fun to me, so maybe I'll pass on this house.
Do worry. This 7-bed, 9-bath complex spans over 24,000 square feet and is packed with everything an 11-year-old boy would want in their dream mansion. We have the winding go-kart track with a dedicated garage and charging station, and we have an entire sports complex building with virtual driving range, immersive gaming circle.
Okay, that's the sick shit, hell yeah. Okay, one more thing that I need in my mega mansion is a slide. I want a slide from the upper floor to the lower floor.
And an indoor shooting range.
Ooh.
We haven't even entered the main house yet, but before we do, let's stop on by the canopy-covered basketball court and take a dip in the backyard pool. Finally heading inside, the home goes for a modern, rustic, somewhat industrial look. Some highlights include the spa section with massage room.
This looks like a doctor's office, I'm not gonna lie.
And custom-built sauna.
Ooh.
We have this walk-in closet with a TV screen, why not? And of course, looks like this is the man's closet, so we also need a dedicated urinal. No closet's complete without it. And what about the woman of the house? She needs a walk-in closet too. One that is 2 stories with its own balcony.
I don't have that many clothes. Damn.
Because why not? Of course, we also need a theater
room.
We could probably...
Oh my god, my mega mansion would have a theater room. Hello? That would be so sick.
I spend the entire video on just this one property, but we need to move on at some point. So we'll have to wrap it up here, but I'll leave a link to this listing in the description if you'd like to flip through all of the photos and take a closer look.
Would definitely. So far, all of these, I would move in there. Looks cool, looks chill. Obviously, price tag, bit much, bit expensive. But we're talking mega mansions here, you know? However, I will say, they are missing a slide in this one. And I don't really need the go-kart track, so...
Number 7, the Brutalist Bachelor Pad.
Okay, that one looks... Well, just from the name, that one looks like I wouldn't like it, but let's see.
Time for something a little bit smaller and more practical as we move out to rural Mountain Center, California. I hope you like concrete because this 1,300 square foot structure has a lot of it. It is brutalist architecture at its finest with concrete walls and concrete floors, but some nice wood beamed ceilings to warm things up a bit and plenty of windows to help bring in natural light.
So this one isn't super ugly or anything. But this one has the vibe that I was talking about earlier, the rich celebrity person vibe, where it just does not look cozy. And that's kind of, do you really want to live in a place like that? I don't know. Also, Southern California is really freaking hot, right?
The whole living quarters is pretty much one big long room. The listing calls this house a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. But it's more of a studio, really. I'll show you. Let's walk around the whole narrow layout, starting at one end with the kitchen, and then we back up into the dining area, and then into the living area with the couch and chairs where we flip around. And now we can see our bedroom nook. Let's get a bit closer here. It's nice and quaint with an AC unit blowing right into your face as you sleep. And the fatal flaw here of a barn door on the bathroom. Yes, in case you don't know, you never really want to put a sliding barn door over a bathroom, as they don't tend to create a great seal against the wall, allowing all sorts of smells and sounds especially to escape. Just imagine the reverb off the walls as well.
No, I didn't need the example. Ew.
The bathroom door here is also clear glass. That's also maybe another flaw, but at least the toilet itself is tucked away in a separate nook.
No, I don't like it. I really don't like the layout and stuff of this one.
So yeah, this home is clearly meant for either one person or maybe a couple living together, so privacy may not be too big of a concern for potential buyers. Oh! That is a concern though. Why in the world is there an $83 a month HOA fee? Are we not in the middle of the desert? Looking at the satellite view of the area, we are in kind of a tiny little neighborhood thing, I guess. But what could all that HOA money be going towards? What, do they take care of the lawn for you? Does someone come around twice a month to cut your sand for you? Who knows?
In my opinion, if I pay 1.3 million for a house, like it said in the listing, I don't want a homeowner association. At that point, I gotta be rich enough to not have one. You know what I mean? Fuck homeowner associations. Everything I hear about them is awful. I'm sure there is some exceptions where they're like not awful, but all my friends that own homes over in the US always complain about it, so...
As small as the home is, it's on the market for just under $1.3 million, so if you can afford this, the HOA fee is probably not too big of a deterrent. Number 6, the water tower.
So I generally like water. I don't know if I like water towers, and I don't know if I like them to live in.
Staying in California, we're heading to the coastal town of Surfside, where originally constructed in the 1800s, this converted water tower stands high above the rest of the area. At nearly 100 feet tall, the water tower just may be the tallest home currently for sale.
Wait, but I think that's actually kind of cool. It's giving main character of a coming-of-age movie, you know? I feel like that's the type of characters that would live in this type of home. It's kind of cool.
There is a small ground floor suite with a garage, but let's hop on into the elevator because we're more interested in the tower portion itself. This home has 4 bedrooms, some smaller than others.
Yes. The understairs Harry Potter jail bedroom, of course.
And 4 bathrooms, this one being the best, with walls clad in mirrors so you can sit down and watch yourself do your business in the round. Looking at the kitchen, it's small but a decent layout for such an odd round structure. At just over 2,800 square feet, this home actually has some pretty decent sized living areas.
I don't hate it. I feel like that little bedroom, I could fix it. I can fix her.
A big selling point is this top level, which is a nice hangout spot with 360-degree views. It's a sort of combination bar and observation deck. Actually, not sure if it's a good idea to combine those two things together, but hey, if you get too crunk and end up falling out of a window, at least you'll probably land on and be saved by the lower deck. It's just like one of those drunk people nests that they have at Topgolf. If you purchase this home, you may live in it yourself, but more likely this home is meant to be a sort of Vrbo or Airbnb rental that can probably get some business due to its uniqueness. And it better get some good business because the current owners are asking $5.5 million for this thing.
Damn!
Holy cow. I think most of us like the idea of this home, but for that price, it is a little out of reach.
Yeah, and you have to think about it. 5.5 million. You can probably get a lot better homes that don't have the drawbacks of the round shape for that money. I don't know. I don't know about this one. It's cool. I could work with it, but meh. Hi guys. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.
So let's change targets here. I've got us a comparable home on the other side of the country, located on the coast of Reedville, Virginia. And actually, it's located just off the coast of Reedville, Virginia, 2.5 miles offshore, just a stone's throw away from civilization and safety, and on the market for $450,000.
Hey, affordable.
Finally, something more reasonable. Now we are talking. Just like the last home, this 1897 converted lighthouse holds 4 bedrooms, but only 1 bathroom. Thank you, realtor, for the incredible photos. But in reality, you don't really need more than 1 bathroom here, do you? If the one single toilet, the only head in the house is occupied, but the rest of your family of sailors is in need of another place to do their business, just get a couple of these bad boys and attach them around the balcony. That way everybody can do their business. You're plenty far away from shore, I'm sure no one will notice. The actual interior of the home is pretty basic. A little bit of coastal styling and nautical theming in the kitchen here, and the dining area. And here we have our living room where you can sit and fight over whose turn it is to go into land and gather rations for the family.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, first of all, the interior, ugly as fuck. But, you know, you can work with that. You can replace it. You can have an interior designer, like, finish it up for you, whatever. What I'm thinking is, how annoying would it be to get furniture here? Like, you can't haul it with a truck. You need to bring it on a boat. Well, if you hire someone with a big boat, maybe it wouldn't be that hard, but it just sounds like a hassle. It also seems really inconvenient living out in the ocean if you're someone who likes to go out. I like going on walks and stuff. That would be such a hassle getting on land first and then walking or even getting groceries. Hello? Awful.
Yeah, I'm not sure this home has the same sort of Airbnb potential as the last. In fact, just getting to this structure would be a trick. The water looks a little choppy even on this calm sunny day, and docking a boat and climbing this ladder up to your home might not be the lifestyle for everybody, but hey, at least it's a bargain.
I'm sure there are some people who just never leave their home who would love this, but I am not those people, so...
I think. Number 4, the Maximalist's Mansion.
That sounds like it could be cool. There's a slide, that's my dream!
We're heading to the coast of Boca Raton, Florida, where our price range goes back up to a modest $22 million. But this is another big one. At over 12,000 square feet, this mansion averages out to about $1,700 a square foot. And not a single one of those square feet is spared.
Oh my god.
Oh yes. Is this AI generated art on the walls here? Who knows? We'll just ignore that and instead turn our attention to the front entrance. This is what they call in the industry a wow factor. A custom swirly slide in the foyer. This is the kind of house I imagine the guys from Big Time Rush building.
That's where I live. Okay, look, let's get rid of the shitty AI art. Put some real, authentic art by artists. Like, we can fix her. Just let me have the slide.
If they got old and went gauche. This home boasts a whopping 12 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms, each one having its own theme, ranging from peacock for this larger adult suite to this equestrian themed room with a bunk bed slide for the kids. We also have this Japanese themed sitting area with a geisha peeping at us from the elevator door, along with multiple dining rooms. Here is the formal one with the theme of dragons, I believe.
I will say it has a little too much going on.
And then we have the informal dining room with a Viking warship table that better come with the sale of the property because this is awesome.
Yes.
Moving outside, we can see the ample patio space that looks out onto your custom heated fish pool with a hot tub in the tail.
Okay, look, I think a lot about this house is really sick. I just think remove some of the maximalism, decorate it in a way that is still kind of eccentric, but a little less, and you're good.
Of course. Yes, sir. Inside and out, this house might be a little eclectic or tacky, depending on who you ask. There is genuinely only one area in the house that resembles any form of normalcy, and that is the sauna. So if you need a break from...
They didn't decorate the sauna? Fucking weak as hell. Come on, you put so much effort into the rest, you can't even decorate the sauna. Bruh.
The stimulation, then you have a nice, humid, warm area to get away from it all. This being the south coast of Florida, I'm not sure how desirable a sauna is, but it's better to have it and not need it than to not have it at all. I'm pretty sure you're gonna need it. Number 3, the Prepper's Paradise.
Ooh, a bunker. I watched a documentary about a guy visiting like a prepper bunker where people paid like millions to be able to buy an apartment there. And it looked quite nice, actually, but I imagine that that's just because it was a luxury option, right? I think normal prepper bunkers will look quite a lot sadder.
Here's one for the doomers out there. Now flying over to Allen, Kansas to this 23-acre doomsday bunker compound. There are two large structures in this sale, the first being this large Quonset hut, which has been partially converted to livable space. This little tower on the back of the structure holds the only bedroom. I like the yellow pop of color on the industrial railing and the ladder to your roof. There's also a small kitchen in this building, but let's hop on over to the main attraction. This massive subterranean concrete bunker.
Damn.
If I were a realtor, I'd say this property has potential, able to be converted to a large open concept living space with luxurious double height ceilings. It looks like the current owner started construction on something, but it's going to be up to you to finish it.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know, I'm not that into prepping, and even if an apocalypse happened right now, I'd have to get to Kansas first, which is, you know, other side of the world for me, so not worth it.
For such a massive property, the current asking price of $700,000 doesn't seem too far-fetched.
That's not too bad, actually, but you have to invest a lot more money to renovate the bunker, so There's not even, like, properly prepped stuff there, like... They didn't even prepare, for example, a place to store food, you know, stuff like that.
There are a few concerns the buyer may have, such as what would it cost to actually build more livable space, what kind of maintenance is required on such a massive concrete structure, and how many dehumidifiers would you have to run 24/7 to suck out all of the moisture from the air and prevent mold from growing everywhere. Looking at the ground in some of these photos, moisture does seem to be a small issue, but all of these concerns, they're just minor things, aren't they? They are a small price to pay for nuclear safety, I suppose.
Yeah, is this even safe if there was a nuclear disaster? We need to know the details.
Number 2, the underground house.
Ooh, okay. I don't know about that one. I was thinking more like Hobbits, but maybe it could be interesting.
Big ol' jump now over to Las Vegas, Nevada, where just off the strip lies this fairly normal 2-story suburban home. Nothing too fancy. The home was built in 1978 and includes an ample 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms across its 17,000 square foot layout. I have a feeling that is a typo on the listing. 17,000 square feet, that'd be even bigger than the giant bunker we just looked at. Yes, there is no shot this home is actually that large unless there is some hidden unsuspecting door somewhere that happens to go down into a secret nuclear fallout shelter. Actually, this might be one. Okay, now we are talking. We are cooking with this.
I love it! What the fuck, dude? That's a proper shelter, dude.
Liminal space stroke 70s time capsule. You might actually be familiar with this home as it has been featured to death across several YouTube channels, but it's actually on the market for sale right now for $8.5 million.
I'm buying it, guys. I'm gonna buy it.
Taking a look at the exterior of the interior of the bunker, we have an in-ground pool with support beams sculpted into trees. Green grass carpet flows throughout the space, whose walls are covered in these hand-painted murals. The interior of the underground house, again, it is a 70s time capsule, especially with the floral wallpaper and this furniture. This theme is continued into the master bathroom with the carpeted jacuzzi, my man, and the mirrors covering the walls and even the ceiling.
Look, awful by itself, but with all the theming, I kinda dig it.
If you're not really into that, then this other bathroom here is a little more modest if you ignore the high pile carpet. And the overall home is actually pretty nice, especially with these vaulted ceilings and built-in cabinets. Okay, clearly the underground house, it is meant to be a sort of long-term doomsday bunker. Located 26 feet below the surface of the earth, it can provide comfortable, luxurious shelter for a large family. There is plenty of space for entertaining both inside and outside of the underground house, although again, the outside does give off some kind of liminal space vibes. In fact, let's just take a photo. Let's try this photo here. Let's take this into Photoshop, crop in, just put a Dutch tilt on it, play with the color and some filters, and there we go. Home sweet home. If you want to learn more about this house, there are plenty of YouTube tours you can watch. One of the most thorough is this one from Days with Jordan the Lion here on YouTube. I'll leave a link to this video in the description if you'd like to check it out, or if you'd like to actually experience the home for yourself. It even has its own website where
Wow, dude, I love it. I love it. If I had 8.5 million right now, I would get it.
you can request a tour. Not sure how much that would cost, and I'm not planning to go to Vegas anytime soon, so good luck if you want to do that. Number 1. The White House.
Okay, no, surely no, right?
Our journey comes to an end in Atlanta, Georgia, where for just $35 million you can own the White House. I told you, it's the White House. It is what it says on the tin. This 2.5 acre complex actually comes with 2 structures totaling over 20,000 square feet of living space. Here we have both of them from a bird's eye view. Starting with this one on the bottom, it is just a normal mansion with a lime green Lambo out back and an interior that is kind of expected. Pretty normal for a contemporary high-end home.
Yeah.
But we don't want to focus on this. We want to go to our main event, which is
The
up
White
here,
House.
officially named the Atlanta White House. This home is a recreation of the central residential portion of the real White House in Washington, D.C. Slightly smaller than the original at about 2/3 scale, it is still an impressive home with an interior that aims to mimic the general style of the real thing. It was built in 2001, so it lacks some of the recent gilded renovations, but the commitment here is still very admirable. You enter through the foyer, very open and with this custom ceiling mural. Then if we go back to the bottom of the staircase, we can turn left, of course, into the Oval Office. Again, It's a bit smaller than the real thing, but it definitely gets the job done with nice attention to detail. Much of this house is actually surprisingly practical. The whole property has 6 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms.
Wow.
The bedrooms in the White House itself are very spacious. I guarantee this primary here is bigger than your bedroom. I actually think it's bigger than my house. And we of course need a movie theater with seating for 15. I'd say that's adequate. And then much of the rest of the home, it is just wide open space for entertaining. Here we have one of the larger rooms of the house, which I'm assuming is meant to be the ballroom. The back of the home features ample patio space with double helical staircases that lead out into the backyard pool, complete with hot tub and a full outdoor kitchen. It is an impressive piece of residential architecture, but believe it or not, is not the only White House replica mansion in the US. Another one located in California actually sold in 2024 for $23 million. However, the interior of that one was a little more safe and contemporary, but I think a sort of pride comes with sticking with the White House theming all the way through, so we'll see if that strategy pays off for the Atlanta White House.
The Atlanta White House looked sick, but I'm not American enough for that. No way. I'm taking the one with a slide.
And we'll see if the current owners can get anything near their $35 million asking price.
Nah.
So there you have it, a look inside some of the strangest homes on the market for 2026. As I said at the start of the video, I plan on making this an annual tradition, but if you can't wait a whole year for another batch of homes to look at, I have gone ahead and made a supplementary video to this one that you can watch that features some of the runner-up homes that just didn't quite make the list today. Do not expect the same sort of production quality in that video as this one. This one took like 40 hours to make and that one took about 40 minutes, but it's there if you want to watch an extra 10 minutes of me blabbering on about weird houses. If I did this correct in the YouTube editor, there should be a place on screen somewhere to click that if you want.
Sick. Great video. I will say a slide house for me all the way. I'll remove some of the obnoxious decorations, make it look cool. I'll have a slide. I'll have a fish pool. Yes, it's in Florida. I don't care. I'll take it. Which one would you guys move into? Also, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.